Hey, what's up? Today I want to talk about learning from your mistakes. And what I mean by that is we all make mistakes in this industry. And if we don't learn from them, then we're doomed to repeat them. This particular loss that I'm talking about happened a couple of years ago. And give you a brief rundown. It was a single family home that was approximately 500 feet off of a riverbank. We had a catastrophic weather event where we had just about 9 inches of rain fall within 48 hours. As a result of this, we had massive flooding in the area. Rivers, lakes were all overflowed. Sump basins, storm drains, all overflowed and backed up. And it was just a disaster. All Cat 3 water and, rotten garbage, everything everywhere. So this particular home, again, it's a single family home right off the riverbank. It's first time homeowners. They're a young couple, early 20s. The husband is active military. The wife has her own job, and they have two small children. They had just bought this home. They were in the middle of doing a home renovation, paint, new flooring, updating the kitchen when the event happened. They had up to 2 feet of standing water in this house. We got called out. It was a direct call for service from the homeowners. We show up, and right off the bat, we're notified that homeowners insurance has denied the claim. They don't cover groundwater. They didn't have a sump pump. So right off the bat, they're not covered by insurance. Luckily, they did have a flood insurance policy. So we discussed the parameters of the policy, what their deductible is, what their cap is, and what's included in the policy. We come up with a game plan. We discuss it with the homeowners, and we get the proper documents signed, work authorization, a direct billing agreement, and we're set to go. So we come into the house and we have to extract and muck out mud and debris and garbage off of laminate flooring throughout the entire first level. We have water lines of up to 2 feet high. We've got cabinetry that has muck and debris underneath it and behind it. And the utility room was an outside utility room that flooded. The furnace was garbage. Water heater was garbage. We got water turned off. We got the electric shut down. Did everything we had to do to get this job started. Took us about 2 weeks to complete mitigation on this job. Right smack in the middle, the river's crested. The house flooded a second time. We got called out, responded immediately, extracted, cleaned up the outside, sanitized everything, got all our work done, and proceeded to file the documents. What I want to show you now is I want to share my screen with you and show you some photos of what this property looked like. All right, so here's this home. As you can see, you've got a huge amount of mud and debris on the laminate flooring. You've got debris and water lines behind the base trim. This is the water line's almost 2.5 feet up the door. Just do a quick scroll through, and you can see the amount of debris and damage that was done to this home. Bathroom, you can see right here, you have a water line almost all the way up the base of the toilet. I mean, the floors are just disgusting. You got dirt and debris up the trim, in the door pockets. Tiles are popping off the shower due to the humidity. The glass is frosted and condensated. Water line on the tub. I mean, it was a disaster. You know, you have a wet line or a water line 2 feet up, and the base trim, which is MDF, is just destroyed. You can see in the kitchen, the tile floor doesn't go under the cabinets, so we have subfloor under the cabinetry, which is affected by all the dirt and debris. So cabinets have to be removed. Again, this is how high the water was inside this residence. You can see the floors are severely cupped already. Here's the key thing, is the entry to this house is ground level. So there's no steps. So you got water lines outside on the homes up to 2 feet. That just came crashing through this property. You could see from the insulation that they've already had previous water damage in this house. So you could see right here, there was a pre-existing flood cut already done from a previous loss. So, you know, if we scroll on, you could see that flood cut was done the entire perimeter of this house once before. And if we scroll here, they left pre-existing mold all throughout. Mold here, there's mold here, there's mold here. You could see the framing on the risers. You could see the framing on the studs. That this is not a one-time event. And this place is in bad shape. You know, here's your water line outside. That's how high the water was outside the home, which just came flooding inside. You know, this is not a safe environment. It's definitely not a safe environment for young children. So, again, pre-existing mold. You've got rot. The sill plates are rotted. The framing is splitting. Again, active mold. So mold along with sewage. This is every bit of a Cat 3 loss and needs to be treated appropriately. All right, you can see the insulation is dripping. My crew showed up. We did a 4-foot flood cut, bagged everything. We cleaned and sanitized, pulled up all the floor tile. We HEPA vacuumed, and we encapsulated. So this is the job that we did here. Now you have a laminate floor, and then you've got VCT floor underneath the laminate floor, which all had to come up. And this is what the framing looks like on the house. And the actual sheathing, it's rotted. So, you know, once we cleaned, sanitized, HEPA-vac wiped everything down, we set up our drying equipment. This is in the middle of winter. We have no utilities, so we are running a desiccant. And just want to get you real quick to, this is the finished product. This is what this house looks like now after we're thoroughly wiping and cleaning everything with a botanical disinfectant. And we are also encapsulating with a clear coat to make sure that everything is properly sealed for odor and for any additional microbial growth that could arise. So here's the outside utility room. Water heater is shot. Water up into the furnace was up to here. So the furnace is shot. So all in all, terrible job, okay? All right, so you've got the pictures, you got an outline of what the loss was. So here's what happens. We complete the job. Homeowners are happy. They're thrilled. Everything's clean. No odor. Everything's dried. We submit our estimate to her insurance company, which is flood insurance. Maybe 2 months later, they respond back. We don't cover mold. We don't cover cabinetry. We don't cover multiple layers of flooring. We don't cover HEPA vacuuming, and we're not covering encapsulation. We're only going to pay for necessities. All right. I talked to the insured, and I explained to her what's going on, that they basically want us to cut our bill in half. We agree, for the betterment of the family, to remove all the line items that they don't want to pay for. Now, remember, there's no primary insurance. It's only flood insurance that's handling everything. I remove the HEPA vacuum. I remove encapsulation. I remove mold-related items. I lower my line items from HMR to Cat 3. This resulted in the area of about a $25,000 reduction in price. That brings our bill down to $50,000. This is 2 weeks worth of work, multiple trips, multiple extractions, a second flood event, disposal of the debris, and everything else. All right. So we're at 50,000. We send everything up. Insured calls back. Insurance company wants X, Y, and Z. We give them X, Y, and Z. They want a certain sign off. We go back to the homeowners. We get a second sign off submitted. We get a proof of loss submitted. We get all the photos uploaded. We get everything they're asking for, and it's radio silence. We don't hear anything. 3 months. We call the insured. Hey, what's going on? Have you heard anything? No, we haven't heard anything. Can you give us an estimate for rebuild? We go out, we write a rebuild estimate, and we tell them we're going to work with them whichever way we can. Again, husband is active military, young couple, first-time homeowners. We want to do right by them. Okay? We want to make them as comfortable as possible and make them whole. So submit the estimate. Insurance company wants changes on the estimate. We make the changes. We do the whole thing, whole song and dance. We're now 4 or 5 months in. I call back. Hey, did you hear anything on the insurance company? You know, it's 5 months. We need to get paid. No, they haven't said anything. All right, can I have the adjuster's name? Then we have his information. We go back and forth, back and forth. We figure out who the company is, get the adjuster. Well, lo and behold, they were cashed out. They were paid. They had a $50,000 cap, and they were cashed out, no deductible. Now we call back. Mr. So-and-so, insurance company says that you were cashed out. Click, hangs up the phone. Call back, hangs up the phone. I send her a text. She responds by telling me, I am not in need of your services. We do not want you to do our rebuild. Please don't contact me again. So I text her back. Hey, I'm sorry to hear that. I wish you good luck in the rebuild. However, we do need to finalize our mitigation bill. Please give me a call. We could work something out. Nothing. I go to the house. I see the husband outside. I stop. I'm like, hey, what's going on? And very cordial. Hey, how you doing? Thanks so much. You guys did a good job. I said, yeah, we'd like to get paid. Oh, I don't know anything about that, he says. My wife's handling that. I said, yeah, your wife's hanging up the phone on us. Won't accept any calls, giving us a hard time. I'll look into it. That's what he tells me. Next thing I know, I have a review up on Google, and she's slamming us. All right. I'm a thief. I'm a liar. I left her house a mess. I tore it apart. And she proceeds to post pictures that she captured in the middle of mitigation. So she's showing pictures of drywall on the floor, of a pile of laminate flooring, and claiming we left it this way. All right. At this point, we write her a letter. We're going to forward this to our legal department. I was willing to work with you. No more. Lawyer sends a letter. We get a lien against the house. I notify Google. I explain the situation, and I post my post-mitigation photos, which show that the house is completely clean, that we're back down to subfloors, framing, everything's encapsulated, everything's vacuumed, everything's clean, debris is out of the house. House looks like, house is ready to be rebuilt. We go back and forth, and finally, Google removes the review. So, how does it end? We're out $50,000. We didn't get paid for the work. We didn't get paid for the materials. We didn't get paid for labor. What did we learn? We had the paper signed. We had the work authorization signed. Everything was on board. Our I's were dotted. Our T's were crossed. We made the mistake of caring about our neighbors. All right. Will we make that mistake again? Definitely. Are we going to continue to look out for our neighbors? 100% we will. Will we ever get beat for $50,000? I doubt it. Because what we've changed on our side now is, if this is not an insurance claim and you're a self-paid customer, we're going to require a deposit. And we're going to run this job now as a construction job. So you're going to give us a third, and a third throughout the process of our mitigation. We will not hold the bill or front the bill any longer. Are we flexible? We will always be flexible. We always have the end user, our customer, best interest at heart. The other thing we did is we implemented a late fee on our contracts. So if you don't pay us in 30 days, it's a 5% fee. You don't pay us in 60 days, it's a 15% interest rate. You don't pay us in 90 days, it's a 20% interest rate. At 120 days, you're going to get a letter from our attorneys. We're in business to help people, but we're in business to earn a living. You should be in business to earn a living. In no way are we the type of company that says, this is our price, pay it or find someone else. In times of need, we support our community. We want to be out there on the front lines. We want to help. Everyone needs help in times of a catastrophe. And, our business is a service business. You're looking for us when you need us, and we will be there when you're in need. But we've learned our lesson. We won't be taken advantage of. We are not going to do a less than professional job because insurance isn't paying. We're going to treat you like any other customer with the highest standards and the highest quality workmanship that we can give. But we deserve to get paid. Let me know. Put a comment. Has it happened to you? What would you do in this situation? How do you feel about it? Unfortunately, this is a part of this industry. It's happened to everyone. It'll continue to happen. But shoot me a note. Let me know what you think. All right? I'll see you next time.